Social Security 2100 attempts to protect and expand. This legislation would expand Social Security's modest benefits with no cuts and keep them strong for decades to come. Hey, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another show. Yes, we've got some breaking news just for you today. With Biden's big announcements on Social Security, which brings big changes for SSI, SSDI, Social Security, VA for 2023. This video is loaded with information. If you're one who's on a fixed income, you definitely don't want to miss this video. It's loaded with information all the way until the end. But real fast, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button to join the family to stay updated on this news. And if you appreciate this and what Biden is doing, make sure to smash that like button. With all that news being said, let's dive right into the screen. So just released new information on the Social Security 2100 Act that attempts to protect and expand. This legislation would expand Social Security's modest benefits with no cuts and keep the system strong for decades to come. This week, nearly 200 House Democrats, led by Representative John Larson, the one who is actually introducing the Social Security 2100 Act, a sacred trust, is pushing for the expansion on Social Security's modest benefits, providing no cuts and keeping them strong for more decades to come. Senate Democrats are taking action to protect and expand Social Security, as well that on the same day that Representative Larson introduced his legislation, Senator Sheldon of the White House held a Senate Budget Committee hearing on his legislation. The Medicare and Social Security Fair Share Act, the hearing on the White House legislation, which brings in enough revenue from the wealthiest among to ensure that all benefits will be paid in full and on time, which is very key for many of those on a fixed income for the next 75 years and beyond. What's aptly named Protecting Social Security for All, making the wealthy pay their fair share. Now, of course, many of you guys have heard my campaign slogan that let's all win. And what they're doing is they're saying, let's protect all Social Security beneficiaries, making the wealthy pay their fair share. Again, I understand that their action is to protect and expand Social Security. That's why Biden nominated Martin O'Malley to lead Social Security Administration. Martin O'Malley has definitely been a great commissioner of the Social Security Administration. This is what the White House said in a statement. They also said that Governor O'Malley is a lifelong public servant who has spent his career making government more accessible and transparent while keeping the American people at the heart of his work, which this is something that we've desperately needed from someone who's actually going to be an administrator leading one of the biggest programs ever, which is Social Security. As mayor of Baltimore and governor of Maryland, he adopted data and performance-driven technologies to tackle complex challenges facing the communities he served. And I saw that the results firsthand when he worked together during a time as vice president. As governor, he made government work more effectively across his administration and enhanced the way that millions of people access critical service. Since day one, I have fought to strengthen and defend Social Security, which tens of millions of Americans have paid into and depend on to support their livelihoods. I know that Governor O'Malley will continue to be a strong partner who works tirelessly to protect Social Security for generations to come. One of the biggest and most honest things that I've ever seen is that we have someone that truly does put America first, wanting those on a fixed income just to have a better life. Martin O'Malley said that he was humbled and honored to be chosen to lead Social Security into the future. President Biden believes Social Security is a sacred promise. I look forward to earning the Senate's approval and serving with the hardworking patriots of the United States Social Security Administration. Number one, defending Social Security recipients, millions of Americans that have been given a promise that they will receive a benefits check every single month. He wants to make sure that he leads Social Security into the future so that way it doesn't end with just you or me, but it comes for years and years to come. And not only that, but the 2100 Security Act is definitely one for the books. They're wanting to make sure that they expand Social Security's modest benefits with no cuts and keep the system strong for decades to come. Their whole plan of action is to protect and expand Social Security as well. They want to make sure that there's a lot of things that they can do to protect all Social Security recipients, making the wealthy pay their fair share. Again, it's another thing that has been pushed for lawmakers to sign into bill that it would make the wealthy pay their fair share. It's a simple plan. It's a simple act to get Social Security back up on where it needs to be. There's been talk of benefits being cut by 2033, and this would eliminate that if it gets started really soon. They can't wait for years to come to decide, oh wait, we need to push this into action. And I believe that's why Martin O'Malley was hired, just because he has such a good sense of using all these critical services to enhance the way that millions of people are using them. He's worked with the government effectively, and his administration has always shown that he can get the job done. That's why he will continue to be a strong partner who will work with everything to protect Social Security for generations to come. Now, we know that Representative John Larson introduced the Social Security 2100, a sacred trust that would not only expand Social Security, but guess what? It would keep it strong for decades to come. So this would also provide an increase for all fixed income beneficiaries. If you're on a fixed income, then they're definitely going to make sure that you get an increase on your monthly check. This is what Martin O'Malley is teaming up with John Larson to make sure that they get this approved and into law. He's working with the Senate heavily to make sure that these bills get passed. How many of you guys could use a raise? How many of you guys could use an increase on your monthly check? Let us know down in the comments below, because it looks like it's going to happen. If you appreciate the news and you could use more money, make sure to hit that like button and let us know. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. You've always been a great audience. Thank you for your love and support, and I promise we will keep bringing you this great news. Stay tuned, because I've got more information on the way. And until next time, I'm John Miro. Peace.